Alrighty, another video. I was trying to space out my videos because, quite frankly, it's not even October, so I can only think of so much. But with the numerous As of Stars decks kind of running rampant right now, and the extreme hand control early shaping meta, I wanted to show another cog in the meta. This is my old school play style. This is what I love. Uh, Extremely difficult to play. Just being honest, like every card defensively, like every block matters. You can't give up anything. Um, you got to know how to block. You're trying not necessarily when to block, but because you're always trying to block, but you have to think of the end game as well. If you have not played defensive heavy before, uh, I highly, highly encourage it because yes, it's not so much of a popular play style anymore by any means. And I personally think that's because people just don't think it's good. Uh, but it is extremely fun to play. You just, well, this isn't going to be fun to say. Like, you just sit there. It's fun to play because you're waiting for the opponent to attack you and you're just destroying them. It's a completely different mindset. Um, you're so many people rush and they rush at you and they're expecting that first turn Lawsol and you just clobber them. The first sacrifice and the teaching in parables and all this hand control craziness. You take out that Jehu, you take out that Elliot or Simeon, whatever it is now, and they hit you with the first sacrifice, they hit you with the teaching in parables, and you get through that. That's it. So many of these decks, they can't do too much. Um, but as I was saying, if you haven't played defensive heavy before, I highly encourage it because it changes your thought process. It makes you just honestly better at blocking in general. You get to play with a mass amount of defensive cards, and then you really see what was the most effective defensive cards. What were my best blocks? What did I really like? Um, and then you switch it up. So I think I can do a series, not in a row, I guess that is what a series is. Um, but do different defensive heavy decks just to show, even if they're not long videos, just to kind of put, um, like this could be almost pretty much all your Herods, uh, and do a 57 card deck with Herods. Um, Emperors and Pharisees definitely come to mind. And then, of course, Thieves. I mean, you can do Thieves animals. Who knows what that would look like? So you can just kind of mix and match what you like. You can start piecing defenses together. I've always been a black orange fan. This does not have Sadducees in it because, quite frankly, by the time you add in the orange to get your Gates of Hell, um, and then I bring in Outsiders, you only have so many characters left, and then you're quickly going to get to a very large defense, and you only want to be a rather large defense. Yeah, so these cards still Israel's Deliverance, still not legal, but um, I know what minimal changes were done, so I'm just gonna play with cards anyway. Sorry. Absolutely love this dominant. I love the dominance in general. In Israel's Deliverance, like Gabe found the art in this. That Son of God looks awesome. Um, oh, I should have said Luke's awesome. No, just forcing it. Hey, force delivered, forced puns, and then Warrior Overtaken. Love that card. Um, so we're really gonna play to the strength of Evil Doms. We have an add to battle here, an add to battle here, an add to battle here, uh, recursion of evil characters, and potential outside of battle block, potential outside of battle block, and then we also have in battle blocks of Well, I said add to battle here, add to battle here. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Evil character recursion, outside battle blocks, which are extremely important for defensive heavy decks. You have to have outside battle blocks. And then you need the in battle blocks right here. And then you have to kill evil characters, and you have to have negates. Have to. You have to win the war of attrition every single battle. So here's what we got. Very, very small. Matthew's in here just because even if I do other decks, it's going to be hard for me to change this offense, because if I can just get a bounce Matthew and I'm replenishing my hand, that's the biggest issue for defensive decks, is going into a big battle and then not having the speed to recover the next battle. Matthew and Herdsman really help mitigate that. And you can bring in Daenerys and you can bring in Peter and 4 McCoy, but you need characters that go directly to speed. I did take out Baal Worship. I had one less character, and I looked at was looking at borders, and for some reason I thought Abimelech was Herdsman. I tend to take out Abimelech in type 2. So that was just an oversight. So thank you, Agar the Wise. You are the wise. He noticed that. So you'll see ratio-wise, I run heavy characters, so this is an extra character. I did take out Firefoxes because it did give me the 3 brigades in my hand. It wasn't a huge issue, but it felt like yes, it's a good little chump block, but I don't necessarily want to have chump blocks. Like, I want to be in battle and punch you in the mouth, you know? Not physically. So I want to have characters that can block by themselves. Yes, Firefoxes can if you do something, but so yeah, I like to have mix of banding and big characters, and protection and add to battle and negates and everything. And then with our enhancements, sometimes I'll run 12 to 14 characters and 10 to 12 enhancements. Because of Outpost, I really like having the and Armor Bearer. I got that little extra recursion for evil characters. If needed, I like having evil characters, and then because of just really the Noah Shuffle, Exiles, and Coming Prince, people are getting back really, really strong cards. So I did want to up the enhancements. So, and if you look, like the 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, are to help me out, Resource Attic. And then a lot of them, I believe almost all but 3 are negates. So you got Go Away, Betrayal, and Scattered Sheep. All the rest are going to be interrupt or negates. The best thing, in my opinion, for decks like this, and just enhancements in general, are interrupt or negate, and then do something. So interrupt, banned, discard. That's a very good card. Does a lot. Negate or do something else. So I like the versatility. And then you get protection. Interrupt, set aside. Oh, you're just a battle winner. And then negate all, negate. And then we have a ton of negates. A discard all, protection, and a negate, and an interrupt. So a lot of negates in general. I guess I can talk all day about that. But that's my defensive mindset. Done very well in the past with defensive heavy decks. I've pretty much adapted the same concept after years of just playing them in general in Type 1. And what's worked for me, cards like Unholy Writ, Flying Scroll, Add to Battle, ratios like this, either 1-to-1 or 2 extra evil characters. The Add to Battle, the heavy emphasis on negates, Add to Battle, and killing with dominance. Jay Chambers asked a good question. He was like, if you have 3 nails, I'm sorry, the cross and Angel Party. Like you have 2 win cons. Well, what do you even need Son of God for? And really the issue, or not the issue, the reason that's in here is because of the issue of defensive heavy. The reason Son of God's in here is because decks like this, once you get 2, 3 blocks and the character your opponent sees, you're not really doing much attacking, then and you're just blocking them all day, they tend to back off. I will say the more inexperienced ones, and sometimes it's not a matter of the player is inexperienced. They could be experienced, they're just inexperienced against D heavy, which is also why I say you should play them. Inexperienced players against this deck concept will keep attacking me when they don't have a good rescue. They think like Great Commission and love one another. They think having a Simon choose the blocker, play love one another, I negate, and they think Great Commission, and that's it. That's not going to work against this. You have to time out your timeout, probably not the best word usage there. You have to properly time your attacks. Because if you're just throwing like 1 or 2 resources at me, I'm going to kill you very quickly, and then you're not going to have anything left. I will be honest, most people, not all, most people I play, once they see that they're pretty much done by turn 3 or 4, I see them look at the clock, and then I see them slow down. And I have had people say, I'm just going to time you. And I've had people not necessarily say I'm going to just time out, but they definitely play that way. I've had called judges over before and reminded them of the time, and then I did put them on the clock. I'll be honest, Gabe one time straight up was like, no, I'm not going to time you. Like, you deserve this win. And that was at Nats. And that was huge. That was big in my opinion. That's a big boy character trait, you know. Being at an extremely competitive level and saying like, yeah, we have 10, 15 minutes left. He could easily have timed me. And I've seen that with other players too. Brian Jones, he's great about it. He's played me for years, but it's like, yeah, you got this one. So just be mindful if you're playing this deck, like you are playing it, that you also need to do your rescue phase, your battle phase. Either don't do it until you're ready, like just skip it, and I'll draw 3, put down stuff, go. I'm talking literally seconds, my entire turn is done. Because I want the opponent to have to just discard cards in their hand. I'm built for battling. And then if you look at the rest of my cards, I'm not really holding much. Like I have 3 enhancements. Everything else I'm putting down or I'm using up front. And that's fine. I could argue for a storehouse in here. That could probably go. But and then if you're playing against this, know when to attack correctly, when like how to attack. Don't stall them. Don't be a bad sport. What else do we have? I think that's it. I just sit and wait. You have to put down your characters. Like I don't have hero protection, so maybe that's something else I look at. Maybe I bring a like Noah's Ark in reserve and a way to get it out and something like that. Like Faith has a mustard seed with Herod's Temple, you know. Maybe I do that. And Faith has a mustard seed can come in here and all that stuff. It's like I can definitely make moves. But this is just a draft. The win cons, Cross, and Angel Party. Oh yeah, the other thing was Son of God is in here for timeouts because that's kind of where that's the rabbit trail I went on. Son of God. Second Coming is not necessarily for Son of God. I can absolutely get back a Chronicles if needed, but it's mostly just to get back Son of God. So I only have to do those couple attacks and just boom, good to go. And then the only other thing is with Cross and Angel Party, even balanced decks are going to deck out before me. And I from what I see, every single deck is fast right now. So um, each upkeep, if an opponent's deck is empty, you may rescue a lost soul. Unity, New Testament heroes. So um, each upkeep, when you deck out, that I'm pretty much gonna win. Like you have a matter of turns. Like that's assuming I did not rescue anything. You have 3 turns to win because I'm gonna go Son of God, Second Coming, and then 3 turns later I win. So, and it's not like I attack. So you just sit there and you keep putting down your defense, and then I usually just Simon AOC. I'll flip up the cross at the end as well. I won't Simon AOC for the cross, of course. But yeah, cross is another win con to where every deck is empty. This one's a little tougher for me. That's why I have Angel Party. The cross is in here for an alt win con, but really I have Son of God, Second Coming, Angel Party with the couple battle winners to get my win con. That's really what it is. A late rescue. I'm gonna do a Matthew when needed. Bounce them, and Temple Veil is huge. I need to see your hand, or I like to see your hand. And then Lost Souls. I feel like we can change these Lost Souls, but I'm not entirely sure. Imitating. Hey, Mr. Torado's calling me. I'm doing a video for my channel, and now you're in it. You're in it, my friend. Can I call back? There we go. A cameo without really being a cameo. So with Lawless, like I said, replenishing your defense, it's arguably the biggest aspect why defensive decks lose. I rarely lose. I'll time loss, but I'll rarely lose unless I play Nick Marshall. Somehow, some way, his offenses are hyper aggro. Same for Luke. I just know Nick was going to the tournaments a bunch for 1 year when Luke was in college, and I just got whipped by Luke or by Nick. Yeah, replenishing defense. Imitate, Lawless really helps out. I don't care if Lost Souls are down or not. I like to get my defense consistently if I can take whatever's needed. Wages, clinging definitely help. Taking the arc, awesome. And this guy, awesome. Taking Evil Philistine from deck. Salty, that this might come out. Negate OT humans in battle. Love it. Anything that just gives me value that hurts you. I love in general. I do want to stop your heroes from working. Heroes are going crazy. Noah's all over the place still. Noah shuffle and banning him in and all that. Especially with Andrew now too, and Magnifying Multitude. We got a lot of by the number heroes. And then Dole to once again try to replenish when needed. Especially with like first sacrifice. I mean that's not going to be during battle, but with hand looking in general, like if I can get something back, I guess that was a poor example. So yeah, let's see. But there, oh, Matthew. If they look at my hand, very common, then I get to get whatever. So I want to have options to get back defense. So I got my win cons, and Son of God, Second Coming help for me not to time. I add to battles, and we are good to. We're gonna do a quick goldfish, just because it's not. What are we gonna do? We just sit here and I'm really just showing you how the deck comes out. If it's my turn first, like I'll see, okay, no stars. Do I need to put anything down? I don't need to attack. Don't need to do anything. I probably don't want this in my hand. Just because I already know it's going to be down, so I don't care. I don't need it as a potential, like, it doesn't really hurt in my hand or not, but I can just put it down and be done with it. I don't need to do anything else. I'm done. That's my first turn. Boom. Usually, I'm going to be honest, I don't even like to go first unless I don't have an evil character, which is extremely rare in this deck. So I did have darkness in here, We got a Lost Souls, so that's maybe like a maybe Salty comes out for Darkness, and you have two souls that can get an evil character first turn. Okay, so let's see. Um, yeah, I don't do anything. If you attack, I have a Goliath first turn, which is already a good block. Um, if you have Angel of Lord, then there's nothing I can do. Like you would win the soul. Um, so that's there's not. I'm gonna be honest. There's really nothing else here that you're gonna have to have something CBN. Like you're gonna have to have AOC first turn. Um, let's just say you have a regular battle winning enhancement and you have another hero. Um, I don't want to use my High Priest plot yet. I just want to use Bringing Fear on Goliath, which is cool. You got to think of everything. Like, why did I not use High Priest plot? Um, because I can get a full on negate good enhancements and have a 13/13, and that should win me the battle. And I like the versatility of High Priest plot. I don't need to underdeck something from their hand right now. I feel like I can block through. Um, and I don't need the protection. I can just negate everything and kill them. Then I draw. It's turn 2, so I might as well play Love One Another, discard an evil card from reserve, and I have 8 in hand. I'm good to go. I don't need to do anything. They attack. Um, if they draw, then I'm going Abimelech, which other than Adam is the only character that searches and bans. So I could go to a probably go Abimelech first, and I would play a from deck. You probably just go straight into. I mean, I can do a withdraw, um, and a band, which is real nice, or a withdraw and a take fortress, which is real nice early on, especially. Uh, getting an add to battle out is really good. Um, wait, is that my Genesis guy? Oh no, he's not even Genesis. That's why he plays it in band. So you guys already know, only getting one. So we can play Herdsman. You don't want to go straight to him yet because what we want to do is Commander Feichel is also awesome. He gets to ban to a Philistine, and then he gets to ban to a Philistine except the king. So we get to play Herdsman, ban to a Philistine. If blocking, you may negate a good card, discard a good enhancement, or equip a weapon from reserve. We can go to reserve and we can equip a weapon. We could already do a negate draw 2. We can negate discard, and we have protection, and we have negate and a potential discard. So it's really just a matter of what do we want. Yes, I know we're not allowed to go back and look at our hand, but we would already know that we have an add to battle and we have a negate. So if I have a protection already, I don't think I would need that if I have protection in my hand, is what I'm saying. So I would actually go to an equip, and it just says equip a weapon from reserve. And then he gets to band. And then I banned. If opponent uses a draw ability this turn, you may draw X. If opponent uses a search ability this turn, you may take a card from reserve. Pretty much everyone's going to be drawing and searching. I'll give myself a draw 2, and I'll give myself a take a card from reserve because everyone's doing it, right? We are going to want a negate and draw 2. And then Goliath Spear kicks, and we can immediately give them special initiative. We can negate their hero, whatever they did, and discard them. They're already in special initiative. And you kind of want to, you always want to keep them in initiative. Since we have that add to battle, we always want to keep them in initiative. whether it's special or not, you want your opponent to play enhancements. So now, even with regular numbers, they would have initiative, but why we want them to be in special initiative, because this is essentially a free card for us, and we're now putting them in special initiative till they have to waste a negate or an interrupt. So we use Goliath Spear. They would negate it, and guess what? We already grabbed our negate, so we go into a negate battle, and we win negate battles 9 out of 10 times. Should be 10 out of 10. We negate, draw 2. They go back to special niche. We still don't want to use our high priest plot here because we want to kill them either way by numbers, so we don't need the protection yet. That's usually our last card on a small guy. So now it's their initiative. We'll go ahead and use another 2. So we did end up using this successfully. This is on Feichel. Herdsman over here. Abraham's Deceit is gone. We won the battle. 1, 2, 3. And we could bring in Rafa Gath or Goliath's Curse. We can bring either one in. Maybe Goliath's Curse into the deck and something into the reserve that we can get out easily. You'll notice I have a lot of weapons in the reserve because I can get them out, or cards that Clinging or Wages of Sin can get. That's pretty much it. I have an interrupt in here because I don't like having good enhancements in my deck because I don't attack till later. Send the Helper gets them. I don't want to have Angel Party in my hand as well. Just leave that in the reserve. I also split my win cons, 1 in deck, 1 in reserve, just in case like Herodias and stuff comes out. I would have to do a Simon, choose a blocker, and kill. So, or like a Falling Away. Yeah, that's another one of my win cons with the cross. But anyway, we would activate Unholy Writ. Unless we needed Flying Scroll. We like to keep Flying Scroll in our hand if needed or when we can, but we have 11 in hand, which is good. We'll play Son of God. And, oh, what the heck? We'll play Second Coming. We're up 2-0, right? It's their turn. We got dominance, we got negates, we got battle winners, we got equipping. You really want to be able to equip. Equipping a special initiative is awesome, especially when Feichel bans 2 Saf. That's really, really good. Territory class heroes don't really bug you too much. You have Choose the Hero and you have Warrior Overtaken, Falling Away, and you have 3 Woes and Christian Martyr. So it's not really a big deal. And you have Foreign Spears as well. So if they do anything else, we banned. Like, we like to band a lot. You may play a Genesis Philistine from deck. I don't think we have another at this point. I think they're all like First Samuel. Yeah. And then Feichel can equip a weapon from reserve. This discarding a good enhancement is really good right now. It crushes Jehu. So Feichel can equip. And did we try to equip the Herdsman last time? We would have, or Abimelech. Anyway, Feichel equips, and we could get protection. Or we can do Foreign Spears and start popping heroes in their territory. So he equips. Since he equipped Foreign Spear, that goes off. You may negate a good card. If you do not, you may discard this card to discard a good card in your territory. We can go ahead and get rid of one of their heroes. That's what we're trying to do, is get rid of their best options and get the ban to a Philistine, do this stuff if needed, negate and draw 2. It's their niche, and now we don't have too much, like negate-wise. I mean, we still have 2, and then we have a battle winner as a Dom, an add to battle, and an Unholy Writ. So this is where we would want to use our High Priest plot. So they would have to play something, use plot. You can use Unholy Writ at any time. So if you think they have like a couple different brigades in battle with a band, take one that you're afraid of that they can play, you know? Um, High Priest Plot, negate. You're almost always going to play Woes as evil because of your blocks. So we'll say that's another block. All we do is block, baby. Draw 3, no stars, Woes, trigger. If they have someone out, like we also we can just boom, boom. This card is great right now, just not used. So we banish that. Get rid of another hero in their territory. If they had protection, we would have Wosed their Herod's Temple, banish their character. And then we're going to do wages and go into our reserve. And then we have 2 discard abilities. Probably going to take our negate. And then we also have a clinging to power. And we're going to take our band. Both wages and clinging. And taking the arc really helps defensive heavy decks, especially black, because you can just do so much. We could put down Andrew. He's like probably our least used hero. Same with like Angel of the Winds. We just here don't have too much to put down. We don't want to put down all our heroes. It's probably what we do. Oh, I bought a new mouse. You guys like it? So, and now we're at the point of we have 3 good cards in our hand. That's what I don't like. But you do have to split with all the reserve hitting and the hand hitting. You have to split your enhancements. We still don't need to attack here. We're great on time. So if anything, we can just get rid of a card. We have a negate, discard all enhancements, an interrupt, kill, band, a discard all, and a shuffle. We want to discard and negate, not shuffle if we have to get rid of something. So we're down to 8, and that should have taken us a matter of seconds to do. Plop your heroes, get rid of your least useful enhancement, move on with life. It's their turn, they attack. It's just tough to get around. Like let's say they did a choose the blocker or choose, yeah, and they chose Herdsman and had a like kill all. That's CBN. Like they had AOC, right? So everyone's dead. You may take an evil Philistine from deck or reserve. This one is so good to add to battle afterwards. So I take Saf and then discard a hero in a territory to add an evil Philistine to battle. This takes a card from deck or reserve. It discards a hero in a territory, and it's an add to battle. That's why it's dominant, because it's extremely strong. So now we have our add to battle, and we have an add to battle on a character that prevents the next. Let's say they still have an Angel of Lord, and we got them with the falling away. Like, and if they were banding, I would have gone Armor Bearer to Goliath. And I would have withdrawn all their heroes, or I would have gone Commander, so I didn't have to lose my Armor Bearer, actually. And I would have kicked them all out to make sure my falling away is a successful block. So, our turn, and it's our upkeep. Well, we got stars, top deck, and artifact from reserve. Do we have? No. And then we can put down outposts, make sure we hit woes. Ritz up. Like this, I said it was going to be quick, and I'm over here having a blast playing a made up person in front of me and blocking. It's so weird. So we only have one character, but we have outpost out and Rit. So Outsiders for you always hits big time. And you can immediately, once again, you put them in special initiative. Um, but what you really want is to not miss your outpost. So since we're from hand, they attack, you immediately want to play an Evil Philistine from deck or reserve. So you have that extra blocker. And you're probably going to go to your add to probably go to Armor Bear. So now we have our extra character. We don't have an add to battle means, but we do have an immediate special initiative. Put them in special initiative. And now we have an interrupt and a band to whoever we want. And once again, I really like bringing back Saf because I interrupt, discard you, prevent the next. Like, it's really good. Let's say we need to use Unholy Writ as well because you had all sorts of stuff. We're good to go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. When your souls come out like this, you're going to want to take an Evil Philistine from deck before you go into Lawless to thin your deck. So we want to take a Philistine. We want our add to battle out. And then we want to reveal to all the top 6. And we get to take an evil card. We always want to take add to battle stuff. Upkeep, woes. We're going to want to put down our add to battles. Put those down. We can play taking the arc. Look at the top 6 cards of deck. And then it's take up to 1 evil. Interesting, because we have add to battle, add to battle, add to battle. We can get a negate all, an interrupt, or a Christian Martyr. Like, we're good. Like, anything there is it's pretty much a good pick. We're still not going to attack. We're still good on time. Because honestly, we're waiting for a Temple Veil. We don't want to put down our evil characters. We can play Betrayal outside of battle. At least we don't lose value on a card. It's their turn. At this point, they're not going to attack. I'll just be honest with you. We still don't have our Gates of Hell. We don't like blocking with demons. We like adding demons as well. If attacked, we're probably going to skip this because we're running out of evil characters because I'm being very generous. And we want to keep in mind what our add to battle is. Like, if I block with outsiders and you have special initiative, you do something, I negate, you kill me, I'll let you kill me. While no evil character is in battle, you may reserve this card to add your Evil Philistine. You need to know how to block because if you reserve this card, you have to have an Evil Philistine. I don't have one in hand. All I have is Saf, which, once again, I love adding Saf. Now I'm a 9/11 that prevents the next, and he just sits there. I do not, however, have any sort of negates. If you have something that's CBP or whatnot, and then I play Doubt. I mean, it's just like if you kill him, I play Doubt. You're not getting around all that. Upkeep, woes, go into Confusion of Mind. I mean, we can block all day. I think we're okay here still. We have KOT and Christian Martyr. I think we put down KOT though because we need another character, but we could always get a character out of with Outpost, and at any time you may discard this card to resurrect. So I think we're good here actually. We don't need to attack. We're good. We're waiting for their deck to be thinned because then we know that's it. Once their deck is not thinned, once their deck is done, it's going to be like 3 turns in. Oh, and we love speed decks. We love speed decks. You block a speed deck first turn, you win. And they're teaching in parables and first sacrifice and hand stuff. They can only do so much. This deck's built to withstand that. And then they also have to get rid of your, then you have to not draw into a Matthew or Angel of the Winds as well, because then you replenish. But anyway, if somehow the opponent can attack. You're going to want to outpost, and if another Philistine's in play, so he does not work. So we're just going to play commanders, and then probably going to block. Shield is adding a human. So once again, you need to know your add to battle because um, if you block with KOT, make them do something, then your shield can add your commanders. So we make them do something, discard them. They have like a good seed or something, then we can discard shield to add our commanders. If I have initiative, I'm playing Wages of Sin to take an evil card that has a discard ability from deck or reserve. I forgot what's in my reserve. I'll have my discard all, and then you may add that card to battle, discard a hero in battle, or underdeck discard. The issue is I don't have a negate, so I'm going to try to discard a hero in battle. So if they got around all my stuff, then touche. It's almost time to attack because they're definitely out. I got my Gates of Hell. Upkeep 3 woes. Put down Gates of Hell. I could always get back a character with Outpost. Still don't need to do anything. It's their turn. I pretty much have to block one more time. You may draw 2 or play an Old Testament Evil Enhancement. And I just discard all heroes in battle and draw 1. They have to have a negate. And if they do, then they finally get a soul. And we'll give them 1. Assuming I don't get anything with Dole or anything here. Because if I get to search for an evil character, then I just Gates of Hell, bring him in. Imitate, draw 3. Upkeep Woes, upkeep Lawless. We only have 6 cards left in deck. We're going to want to take one of our 2 demons for Gates of Hell. Honestly, is the Deceiver. That's fine. And they get sent to the bottom, so you actually don't shuffle them. Clinging to power. We do want an interrupt and a band, and we can band in our protection guy. Send to bottom of deck. They're going to be decked by now for sure. So we'd just probably go ahead and bounce a Clay Hero in territory. We don't need to draw per se, but if we're setting up the cross next turn, then we might as well, right? And I would, yeah, whatever. Depending on what they have, which at this point their deck's empty. All they have is 8 cards in hand. I'd probably make them burn what's in their hand. Where's my Temple Veil? Maybe if I know, which I knew it was in my second one. If I know it's there, maybe I don't attack or I attack with Simon. Yeah, you know what I would do? Love one another is a select up to based on your meat Clay. So I think I put Matthew down as Clay. I put Simon down. And I no longer care about Unity. And I put down Angel of Winds. Now I'm susceptible. You don't want to be susceptible. I'd rather have Deceiver down. You have to have a hero to play Angel Party off of. That's how I do it. They do something else. Whatever. Probably won't do Deceiver. Commanders, they do something. Lurking. I don't know how they have anything left. I abandoned someone. They killed him. Lurking's there. They can't get around that. At this point, they are out of offense. I don't care who you are. I draw 3, and I'm trying to set up a love one another play for all their guys in their territory, unless I just Simon the Zealous, which in order for me to do that, I would bounce Andrew just in case. No, wait, Temple Vale does that. So I put down Temple Vale. If you control a Gospel Human, you may look at opponent's hand. So I would see what I need to do first. Bounce a Gospel Hero. If I need to set up Love One Another, then I do that. Depending on what they have. So if I know they can't, if I can choose the blocker AOC, then I don't need to play my characters as Meek because I was going to Simon, choose the blocker, love one another their entire territory. But if I see their hand and I know they can't do anything about a Simon, choose the blocker, play AOC, all their guys are dead. And I have 3 A cards in hand. Their turn. They can't block. I go in with Garrison. They do something. I Gates of Hell. Add in the Deceiver. Deceiver goes to Foreign Wives. Let's say he's dead. It's my niche. I can bounce. My guys and yours. Yay. Okay. Really the last thing is we're just trying to get to our Angel Party, which we probably could have set that up 1 turn earlier, or we're at 0, they're at 0, we can just go to the cross now. We don't want to play anything that goes back to deck, Tyler. And we have a choose the blocker, love one another, with a Chronicles. So we can do that as well. So we have to just win a battle. But remember, Chronicles doesn't work with the cross. And we already nuked all their characters in battle. So I would just say John the Fisherman, they have to have 2 enhancements and love one another. But then you don't have a Meek guy, but that's fine. Telling you, you got to think everything through. Because if I'm going send the helper, then I have a Chronicles. It's a tough one because I can't choose a blocker. If your Meek Clay Hero attacks, I'd probably just Matthew to get the hand look, convert, not draw, send the helper kicks in. I get out Angel Party, or if I see their hand and no great commissions enough, then that's fine too, because now we're looking at like 10 minutes left a game more than likely. So I go to Matthew, play love one another, play Chronicles. You're looking at like potentially 4 to 2. Play love one another, and that would be it. It would kick in next turn. I might bring in Eye on It or Eternal Inheritance. You can do that as well. Eternal Inheritance can be your win con for the cross. Simon, choose a blocker, Eternal Inheritance, Eye on It, stuff like that. So there's definitely other cards you can do, but I just wanted to show you that this defense just keeps blocking. So yeah, that's all. Longer video than I thought. Go figure. D heavy is definitely a thing, especially with these offenses that have so much at their disposal. If you are just patient, like that is X equals the number of your New Testament human heroes. That can be, 2 or 3, 4. X can equal. This can equal a good bit, and then AOC can kill them all. So you have mass killers as well. Power the Spirit, Eye on It, Eternal Inheritance. We can bring in other cards that are just, more guaranteed rescues when set up properly. You don't need to rush anything. Just play patiently, block all day, and welcome to Defensive Heavy. Hope you enjoyed.